As exciting as technology may be, it's actually pretty essential for us as well. Innovation is really essential. I'll give you 3 reasons why it's so essential. First reason is that the world needs significantly more energy in the coming 20-30 years, doubling by the year 2050. Second reason is, although there will be many forms of energy, oil and gas will provide a significant part of that total amount of energy. And that total amount of energy is more difficult to find, and oil and gas is more difficult to get. So that presents a lot of challenges in its own right. And the third point is that energy does not only need to be provided more and more, but also cleaner, smaller environmental footprint from different sources. So ultimately, technology innovation in its own right is not good enough. We need to innovate the way we innovate. Innovation often in collaboration with a lot of other organizations and a lot of other institutes. So being able to connect with people and collaborating together, more bright minds make more progress, is absolutely essential. We adopt as Shell a global open innovation strategy. And let me talk to you about what that means. That means that we work with the best-in-class universities and companies to really develop technologies. We work with ecosystems like in Boston, where we have an institute working with capital ventures, with startup companies, and we really work to find solutions in a Shell Tech type of work, coming together with a number of people looking for solutions. Providing capital and really getting into the market to coming up with the right ideas. We are working with prizes, X Prize, which Peter talked about, or the Shell Eco Marathon is a good example of that. And lastly, we have our own Game Changer program. Really opportunity to work with great ideas and address that big issue, which is usually that a lot of great ideas do not make it to the mark because they miss a bit of structure, maybe a little bit of money, maybe the right connections. And providing that guidance, providing that piece of money, really can make the difference between success and not success. Floating LNG is making LNG, liquefied natural gas, on a big vessel, being able to kind of develop fields which could not be developed in the past. In essence, what happened is gas is being produced from kilometers below the seabed, being produced to a vessel, being cooled after cleaning to minus 160 degrees, then being stored, then being moved into smaller vessels which bring that gas to all the consumers all over the world. Shell is the first company at this size to do this, and we have plans to do significantly more. It takes a lot of innovation, both from a technology perspective, but also from an engineering perspective. As an example, this is a vessel which is 4 football pitches wide in terms of area. Its weight is about 6 of the heaviest aircraft carriers in the world when it's fully loaded. At the same time, it brings all the facilities of an onshore LNG plant on a vessel a quarter of the space it would normally take. And it's a vessel which is there in ocean conditions and wind conditions of category 5 before it needs to be towed away. So very strong. Floating LNG is a true revolution, not only from a technology perspective, but also because it makes this clean burning gas available from fields which otherwise cannot be developed, or which are otherwise simply far too expensive. We're constantly working on better seismic imaging. But in order to really find what others cannot find, because we see what others cannot see, you need to create pictures. You need to create pictures which require visualization technologies, which require rendering technologies. And also there we try to step beyond the normal industry of oil and gas. We are working with IT leaders. We are working with companies which are very good in animation. Companies which are very good in gaming technologies. Think about these top-notch video games which you yourself or your kids are working with. Think about Avatar as a movie. Very important if we can really use all that seismic data and visualize it in a way, get these creative pictures, get these very accurate pictures which allow us to make the difference. And as a consequence, find that oil, find that gas which otherwise would have been hidden in the subsurface. Enhanced oil recovery is being stimulated with new technology. Enhanced oil recovery is about the fact that typically in oil reservoirs, only 1/3 of the oil is being produced, 2/3 is left behind. If we, on average in the world, could up that by 1%, that would produce the oil for 3 years' worth of consumption at the current rates. Working with petroleum development in Oman, we are looking at the possibility to use solar to help and enhance oil recovery. So what we do is we create steam with solar, with big mirrors. The steam reduces the viscosity of the oil in the subsurface and hence increases the recovery factor. But rather than using gas, which is typically used in the space, we're now actually having an alternative fuel really help a fossil fuel in making a difference. Now that's quite an extraordinary combination. Innovation is not just exciting, it is very exciting, but it's very essential in my industry. Innovation is a contact sport. More bright minds together make more progress. It's about concepts, it's about collaboration, it's about combinations. Ultimately, I believe innovation is very much about getting out of the comfort zone, really embracing the unknown, and always having that goal in mind, which for Shell is to really continue to build on a sustainable energy future.